Welcome back to Biology Domination Crash Course, Day 25. Today we are cracking open one of the most high-weighted chapters in the entire NEET syllabus, Human Reproduction and Reproductive Health. Every single year, NEET drops 3 to 5 questions directly from this chapter. So if you are serious about crossing 360 in biology, you cannot afford to skip a single concept here. Let's go. Full speed. Let's start with the anatomy, because NEET loves asking about specific structures and their functions. In males, the testes are located outside the body in the scrotum. Why? Because spermatogenesis requires a temperature 2 to 3 degrees Celsius below normal body temperature. The pathway of sperm is a classic NEET trap. Remember, redae testes, then vasa efferentia, then epididymis, then vas deferens, then ejaculatory duct, then urethra. The mnemonic is reach very energetically every day until ejaculation. Now for accessory glands. Seminal vesicle contributes fructose, which is the energy source for sperm. Prostate and bulbourethral glands add lubrication and alkalinity. In females, the ovaries are the primary sex organ. The fallopian tube has 3 parts: infundibulum with its finger-like fimbriae that catch the egg, then the ampulla, and then the isthmus. Mark this down in red. Fertilization happens in the ampulla. The uterus wall has 3 layers: outer parametrium, middle myometrium, which contracts during delivery, and inner endometrium, which is shed during menstruation. Now, spermatogenesis, this is pure NEET gold. It happens inside the seminiferous tubules. The process starts from spermatogonial cells, which are diploid, 2N. They undergo mitosis to produce primary spermatocytes. Then, meiosis I gives you secondary spermatocytes, which are haploid. Meiosis II produces spermatids. And then spermiogenesis, the transformation of spermatids into mature spermatozoa. 2 cell types you must know. Sertoli cells nourish and protect the developing sperm, and Leydig cells, or interstitial cells, secrete testosterone. Now, the structure of sperm. The head contains the nucleus covered by the acrosome. The acrosome is a modified lysosome containing hydrolytic enzymes that help the sperm penetrate the egg. The middle piece is packed with mitochondria. This is the powerhouse that drives the sperm's tail. A classic NEET question: which part of sperm provides energy? Answer: middle piece, mitochondria. The menstrual cycle is 28 days on average, and it is divided into distinct phases. You need to know every single one for NEET. Day 1 to 5 is the menstrual phase. The endometrium sheds because there was no fertilization. The follicular phase runs from day 1 to 13. FSH from the pituitary rises, Graafian follicles develop in the ovary, and estrogen is secreted. Then comes the big event, day 14. Ovulation. A surge in LH, luteinizing hormone, triggers the release of the secondary oocyte from the Graafian follicle. Then the luteal phase from day 15 to 28. The ruptured follicle becomes the corpus luteum, which secretes progesterone. Progesterone maintains the endometrium in preparation for implantation. If no fertilization happens, corpus luteum degenerates, progesterone drops, and menstruation begins. If fertilization does happen, the trophoblast layer of the embryo secretes HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin, which maintains the corpus luteum. This is also the hormone detected in pregnancy tests. Absolute NEET favorite. Fertilization. Let's walk through this like a NEET examiner would. Sperm meets the secondary oocyte. Remember, it's a secondary oocyte, not a mature ovum, at the ampulla. The acrosome reaction occurs. Enzymes from the acrosome dissolve the zona pellucida, the protective layer around the egg. Once one sperm enters, the cortical reaction happens immediately. This prevents other sperm from entering. This is polyspermy prevention. Now, the zygote undergoes cleavage, rapid mitotic divisions without growth. 2 cells, 4 cells, 8 cells, 16 cells. The solid ball is called the morula. The morula then develops a fluid-filled cavity and becomes the blastocyst. The blastocyst has two parts, the inner cell mass, which will become the embryo, and the trophoblast, which will become the placenta. On approximately day 7, the blastocyst implants into the endometrium of the uterus. This is called implantation. The gestation period in humans is about 9 months, or 38 weeks. The placenta is a disc-like structure embedded in the uterine wall. It is the lifeline between the mother and the fetus, carrying nutrients and oxygen to the baby and removing carbon dioxide and waste. The placenta also acts as an endocrine organ, secreting HCG, estrogen, and progesterone. NEET has repeatedly asked, which hormone maintains pregnancy after the placenta forms? Answer: progesterone from the placenta. Now, parturition, childbirth. At the end of gestation, oxytocin from the posterior pituitary triggers powerful uterine contractions. This creates a positive feedback loop. Contractions cause more oxytocin release, which causes stronger contractions. This is called the fetal ejection reflex. Relaxin helps relax pelvic ligaments to allow delivery. After birth, lactation begins. Prolactin from the anterior pituitary stimulates milk production, and oxytocin drives milk ejection, the letdown reflex. Reproductive health. This section is extremely NEET-friendly and gives you easy marks if you study smartly. Natural methods include the calendar method, coitus interruptus, or withdrawal, and lactational amenorrhea, which works because intense breastfeeding suppresses ovulation for up to 6 months after delivery. Barrier methods physically block sperm: condoms, diaphragms, cervical caps. Now, IUDs, intrauterine devices, are inserted by doctors into the uterus. Non-medicated ones, like Lips Loop, work by creating a foreign body response. Copper-releasing IUDs, like CUT and Multilode 375, release copper ions that increase phagocytosis of sperm and reduce sperm motility, and also make the uterus hostile to implantation. Hormone-releasing IUDs like LNG20 and Progestisert release progestins that thicken cervical mucus and suppress ovulation. A critical NEET point: Saheli is India's own non-steroidal oral contraceptive pill, the only one of its kind globally. Emergency contraceptive pills work within 72 hours of unprotected intercourse. Surgical methods, vasectomy in males and tubectomy in females, are permanent. The Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act was passed in 1971 in India. And that's day 25, fully done. Human reproduction and reproductive health is one of those chapters where knowing the details wins you 4 marks per correct answer. So revise the pathway of sperm, the menstrual cycle hormones, the blastocyst layers, and the IUD types. These are the most repeated areas in past NEET papers. If this video helped you, smash that like button right now. It directly helps this channel reach more NEET aspirants like you. Drop your doubts in the comments and I will feature the best answer in tomorrow's video. See you on day 26, Principles of Inheritance and Variation. That one is going to blow your mind.